You can see that this person, a male, who has a good strong grip on this, I guess it's a hockey stick, is winding this string around it. So there's force involved here. This is a metaphor for we acquire misunderstandings, or challenges or internal conflicts, and they get wound tighter and tighter into our emotional system. And this happens on an ongoing basis through the propagandistic messaging of the political system, the economic machine, the social battles that are going on, that are competing for our attention in this moment. And if this is being wound into our systems day in and day out, as we record our life experience, at some point we need to unwind all of that in order to return to a state of uncompromised, unimpaired consciousness. This same process happens in innumerable areas of our lives. Every time we have an argument with somebody where we disagree, where we feel victimized and we assume we're being victimized and that they're a perpetrator, and we judge them, or we feel judged, or we feel that we're right and they're wrong, or we feel that we're wrong and that they're right, or we feel ashamed and guilty, we're winding this recording of that experience and its associated interpretations and a supposed meaning and implication, we're winding it into our systems. And it leaves a tension, an unresolved tension in our systems that we then must figure some way to unwind. This is the same with trauma. Trauma does this in more intense ways. Abuse of all kinds does this. The expectations, the pressuring expectations of people that we know or we're in relationship with or from society can generate this tense fear of not meeting others' expectations, or of not meeting our own expectations, the fear of judgment, being judged, the fear of being criticized, the fear of being abandoned. It gets wound into our systems, and many people live their whole lives in this way, in this tension, this unresolved tension within their systems. And they don't know it because it's become their own status quo. This is an algorithm, by the way. Does it make sense that if we say, well, I should feel bad about what I did? The only way for me to get along in life is to feel guilty and ashamed of my prior choices. Is that a sort of solution to internal conflict about our prior choices? Is guilt and shame and self-punishment seen as a way to move forward in life and to be able to accept oneself at some point in the future? And our judgment and shaming and punishment of others seen as a solution or an algorithm for social conflict? Putting people in jail if they break a law or a rule in order to punish them is seen as a solution. And every time we do that, how many people come out of prison nicer and kinder and more conscious and loving and gentle than when they went in? Is this process of winding this emotional and energetic tension into their bodies the result of a dysfunctional social system? How do we prevent that winding in of pain and trauma and suffering and emotional conflict from occurring in the first place? And then once it has occurred, how do we gracefully unwind it and help the person back to a state of equilibrium, equanimity, self-love, self-awareness, unconditional love for others, and service orientation that would kind of make them the best possible citizen that the world could ever want?